Hi, Holistic Travel Nurse. In this video, I'm going to share with you, we're going to talk about headaches and migraines. I'm going to break this down in sections because if you are like me and you're checking this, I have suffered with migraines, goodness, for a long time. And there are so many different reasons why you should go see a integrated healthcare clinic instead of a regular doctor. Because when you go just a regular doctor, they're going to throw a symptom at a medication at you and not necessarily find the root cause. There's so many causes to causing migraines, and my friends that have suffered with migraines, and if you are watching this and you have suffered, I feel your pain. I have a slight headache right this moment, and I'm going to share with you some links to where I talked about. Actually, in this video, I'll share some things that I do, just a few bit of it. The rest of it, if you go to my private Facebook group, I'll share completely what I do for my migraines. And my tips and tricks. Okay. So that's at Holistic Travel Nurse in Facebook. I have a private Facebook group. Okay. So, the things that can trigger, we don't even know. So food sensitivities, no one's ever talked about this to me until we did a cleanse and we really find that you're sensitive. So eggs, peanuts, any of the GMOs, gluten is a huge one. I stay away from gluten. If you've not read Brain Grain, you need to read Brain Grain or Wheat Belly. Really good books. Thank you guys for speaking the truth about gluten and GMOs. Okay. So food sensitivities. There could be chemical sensitivities. I get a headache for other certain chemical sensitivities. Say you're more prone to certain things. There are so many different other little issues that can cause migraine. So, you need to see a health practitioner if you have a fever and a migraine. Absolutely go to the ER. Be working with your, see an integrated functional medicine. You could be deficient in certain vitamins, minerals, things like that. Those can be a trigger also. You're deficient in B vitamins, you're deficient in magnesium. All those things can increase the risk of, if, to migraine. Say you're cutting caffeine and your body's very used to it. Get the sugar out. There's so many different reasons that could cause a migraine. I know my personal ones have been lately chemical sensitivity plus my hormones, and just saying I'm above the certain age where I'm in that perimenopause, and hormones make a huge play. And I used to have headaches before my period, so it's very common that I had headaches before my period that I have migraines now more with perimenopause. And then I'm very sensitive to chemicals. The asphalt on the road, we've been around that, and that has triggered a migraine for me. And it felt like even touching my head was sensitive. And then besides the nausea, all those things. So I'm just going to give you some of the things that help. Okay. Half the time our magnesium is low. There's another video I'm going to tell you about in another time, but you can get a magnesium oil spray, which I don't have that in front of me. It's in my bedroom, but that you can put on yourself. An Epsom salt bath too with magnesium. But if I had a migraine really bad, there's no way I could take a hot bath because that's just going to increase increase the blood pressure, increase the migraine, and make it intolerable. So there's no way. But a magnesium spray you can do on your legs. It's kind of tingly, a magnesium oil. In the links below, I'll link more information about a magnesium spray. Another link is if you've read Wheat Belly, you can do milk of mag with a carbonated drink to increase your magnesium and not have it upset your stomach. Because, when I would be in the hospital and we would take care of people with low magnesium, you were at huge risk for cardiac issues and cardiac arrhythmias, because the heart, that's one of the electrolytes that is so key to having a good electrical function in your heart is your magnesium. And I remember we're talking to a pharmacist about this because we were trying to get someone's magnesium correct. And they said when we're taking an oral supplement, then it's also only half of it's absorbed. So if you see my green smoothie recipe in here, I'm going to give the link in here too. That is another incredible thing where you can do, because green matcha is amazing. Kale and spinach are both high in magnesium. Banana is good in magnesium. So those are ways where you can get magnesium naturally in your diet. And if it's a hormone type of thing, which it has been for me, in your green smoothie, I forgot to ask to add your matcha powder, and that's super helpful for you to have your matcha powder in your green smoothie. I did my green smoothie this morning and feel so much better. And there are some things that really will just push the needle. Ginger is so good for you, because I know ginger is so good, because when my migraines are so bad, I'm so nauseous, and ginger is helpful for that. So there's all these different things that naturally you can do. I've off and on had a migraine now for a couple weeks, off and on, and it comes in waves. Well, I will get a wave of pain, and it will be very hard to concentrate, very hard to focus, very hard to look at a screen and light. I don't know. Anyone else, you know what I'm talking about. So there are some things you can do naturally. I have not taken a Tylenol and ibuprofen. My big key as a nurse here, if you do take a Tylenol and ibuprofen, there is a limit to how much you can take every single day. It was just a couple months ago, I was took care of a lady in ICU, put herself in kidney failure, and from just popping ibuprofen all the time with some chronic pain issue, and didn't want to take the time to look at even, no one's, of course, a physician unless you're talking to integrated healthcare clinic or a Prime Meridian clinic, where they're going to give you any options. And so they're just going to, or should even take the time. A lot of people just don't even take the time to go see a health practitioner or read the bottle. There's a limit to how much ibuprofen you're going to put yourself in kidney failure, or Tylenol. Accidental overdoses with these drugs, it's too common in the U.S. Way too common in the U.S. So this is why I speak up, because there is something you can do, and there's a lot of things you can do. And when we're looking at you holistically and as a whole, we're going to be able to go, okay, well, we don't want to just throw a pill at it. We want to reach back and go, what are causing this? If it is a diet change, then you need to do the diet change. You might find a total different different outlook being on a different diet, and know that you have a food sensitivity. It could be you're lacking in these vitamins or electrolytes. There's so many different causes. So it's important to get in to see a functional medicine practitioner. I hope this video has helped you. I also just want to mention that sometimes with a severe migraine, I will do a coffee enema and find some relief. And coffee enemas have been helpful for pain for years. Matter of fact, if you've not seen my webinar on coffee enemas, I will link that also in the bottom. You want to check that out, because coffee enemas really do move the needle when it comes to dealing with chronic pain. And if you are a migraine sufferer, hey, do a coffee enema, but do it with the proper coffee enema, the proper stuff. So check out my webinar on that. And thanks for watching, and God bless.